allow me to be this brother for you, sisters. Yeah, that one. You know the one. But I'm gonna still do the same job.
Long before the sun.
We get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Revelry?
Because something like that.
Come in time.
It's harder than boot camp.
You're gonna get us one of them, the brothers next door.
We march every day. We march
Okay,
twice a day.
where this, without you doing this, and this is the same thing for the brothers, the 49 crew, or the 79 crew, right, with the Plague Doctors in here, Platinum Angels, or whatever the hell you're doing, super critical. Now, you're going to homogenize in there to the ranks about being some things that are not the military standard, right, but we still have to fit in town,
The only words out
right?
of my mouth were I'm ready to go back to
And
the
you'd
yard.
be glad. You'd be glad you have that. You'd be glad you can send this to the next one and tell them, hey, there's a way to survive it. There's a way to do it. This is kind of that IMA march where it's the same thing. We'll send you through it because we want to send the same things through it to prove that. In the same separator, we do better.
We do anger management. I've also taken a couple of classes.
It's a hard thing to hold up to, but you know, it's usually why the original head first down the Rangers or Special Forces or Navy SEALs or whatever they are, is obstacle course, head first. You know, it's a small Gresham's Law, the Inquisitors or the science people that bring in the extra math to the Dreadnought and make it actually change through for the Imperium, right? I want you to think about that. This is great stuff that brings it in there, teach you that math on that type of, that battlefield or where you were going to do it, where they're kind of sets, it ends in the positions, you're taking 30 over fractions in here, and I'll tell you right now, a lot of it is junk. A lot of it is junk, but it's just a fundamental of trying to remember it that way to get it on a test that says, you know, you catch some of that. But there is a life skill base inside of here that most of them, it's crazy that, but with the drug and alcohol, if you needed that set, you would play the timelines very differently once the separator is done, but without a baseline for those separators. I can't really dictate what that standard is, and this seems like a pretty good way to do that, but I don't know their timelines. I don't know the punishment differential. I don't know the separator beyond here, because the workforce program just might send them out. This might be a very good one, comparatively to other ones. So you would emulate this base. You would want to have that system correlated into there. And the modified Stanford experiment, what we do. Just bring it up here, make sure we get the other context of, this is generally what I like to talk about in the college and direct their information technology to the Delhi County, right? If I can catch county instead of court charges of that, or a separator for that shock-based system, where there's going to be things that can and things that can't, based on cutting away what you really can do, right? Pop it up here.
For the men at Mariah Shock Incarceration Correctional Facility, prison time moves at an accelerated pace.
Smaller units, better set inside of here to what the operations are without you running away and hitting sensors at the right time. It's 5 years ago, but it's still a pretty good setup. Why are we not emulating this? What have been the results off of this? Again, there's not a lot of military stuff. There's kind of a reciprocal for your time debt on the scales. Let's factor yours. What would you say it is? Let's say you're in charge of this prison now. Impossible warden problem. Very specific type of math. Very specific rabbit calc on the food inputs, food outputs. The floor is not flooding. You know, pipe work in here is a bit different, but it still requires all the same stuff. Up in the morning, out in the day. And I'm not the great critic right now to give it to you, but I know it's still going to correlate to that list going down. Now from here to there to there to wherever you need to be, nevertheless the same equation. Now you do this and that, and you switch out a 1 and a 0 inside of here, and you got the same equation.
As inmates move exactly as ordered.
Straightforward.
Later, under a drill instructor's close watch,
now there are sensible models in times that says 15 years for Putin war propaganda haters, right? The haters ball, let it begin, brother. This is where the
while
heat
others
is.
are assigned to manual labor. working on projects
And that's good to get
outside
some of
the
that
prison
back.
grounds.
People go
This
to
group is
Mason's
building a playground at
crews,
a
they go
local
to
Head Start
military
center.
MOSs, which is a grind dirty
After
of a thing.
returning from work,
And again, the
inmates
difference in
must go
not
through a
seeing
routine
Bellevue or
security
seeing
check
somebody
upon
crazy
re-entering
in
the
terms of there
prison.
because maybe
For
they
the
don't
rest
give you
of the
that.
day,
Maybe they thought it
some men
wasn't a
attend
good
group meetings
photoelectric
designed
effect
to
that made a
improve life
differential.
skills, while
Now, do I
others
need
join
y'all
substance
sitting around
abuse
here with
programs.
10-step programs? No, and nor would I force that down your throat based on the system of what this is. That's a real hard
The day
no-no
wraps up
about
by
energy
9:30,
that gets
when
fucked up,
inmates must
sharps.
turn in for the night.
And all
Boot camp
this is
prisons
great,
first became
nothing wrong with the suit and
commonplace
tie,
nationwide in the
nothing
late
wrong with
1980s.
that, but as far
A federal
as some
crime
other
bill
things,
signed by
if
President Bill
you
Clinton in
can and cannot
1994
do,
allocated
just about
millions
energy
of dollars to
transmission. If I
expand
keep
them.
it to
And by
energy and
95,
away
there were
from
about
everything
75
else, then
state-operated
inside of a
boot camps
timeline
for
I should
adult
adjust that
offenders.
function.
Decades
Now,
later,
over the
numerous
series
studies
of
have
years
doubt
and
on their
generations,
effectiveness.
you're going to see
Still,
sets
in New
that
York,
turn
these
off
boot
to
camp
actions of
prisons
spooky
remain an option for
distances and
shortening
phases.
sentences for those
Right,
who
this is
qualify.
red phase, blue phase,
The Mariah Shock
orientation
inmates like
phase,
Manuel
your
Tillett
TD
see their
quarantine
value.
phase, your whatever that is, that when they come down to the numbers on you.
Somebody puts a mirror to your face and forces you to look. It's not optional. Fall out.
Keep in mind.